So how are you guys feeling?
I feel really good. Yeah, the sermon was really beautiful. It was a beautiful reminder on how easy the work is and how easy the manifestation is with God. And it reminded me of a time when I just started out with the twin flame journey. And just before I kind of was aware of the twin flame journey, I started with the law of attraction from the book The Secret, and I tried it out for myself if this really works, and it worked. But the thing about this is like it was not sustainable what I manifested there. So I manifested my perfect body, right? And I told myself every day, I'm gonna lose fat, or there where I want to lose fat. Usually people say like you can't lose fat in these specific places, or it's just like, random. And so I tried it out for myself. I was like very convinced that it's going to work, and it worked. I had all the measurements in place and stuff. And I was like, wow, this really works. But the thing is that it was never sustainable because I was just, uh, maybe even controlling it with my feelings and positive thinking into it, but I didn't do the emotional process. And I love that you combined it today in the sermon. Like it's both, right? You have tunnel vision when it comes to your harmonious union. You have tunnel vision when it comes to the goal that you desire to manifest. And yet you have to feel good in the now, and you still have to work the process in order to keep it for eternity. And yeah, I love that a lot.
Yeah, like that's the process of ascension, like what Jeb and Shaleia have taught us. And I really love it because it's you have to believe, right? Like in this in your union that you have it, right? But like I love what you're saying about like it's not sustainable just to have the affirmation, right? Like the law of attraction, like the manifestation thing. And so the teaching of union is this invitation of, this has to be sustainable, right? And in order for it to be sustainable, you have to undergo, right? Like to take the spiritual journey, right? Like this, because the spiritual, that's where the beauty really is, in the spiritual journey, in the process. Because when in your spiritual journey, that's when you are getting to know God, that's when you start having a relationship with God. And it's this relationship with God that like really blossoms, and then you can manifest everything. And yeah, like I remember too, like at the beginning stages, right, like how Twin Flame Ascension School was like everything that I needed, like every class really helped me to start building this relationship with God, building this relationship with myself, with my twin flame, and without it, like without Jeff and Shaleia, without this community, I personally wouldn't have made it, because I didn't know what was going on. Like you really do you need to understand what's happening, like you need to really feel into your heart and like connect and like be aware, right? Like that's what I was mentioning in the sermon. Like you gotta be aware, right? Like of where you're at, like what's going on in your mind, and you gotta be aware that you are on this ascension path, and so like really honor it, because I feel like that's also like crucial, like to really, really honor it, like really see it for what it is and respect it, and honor it. And then you're gonna have everything, because you are, like you were saying, like you're having the purification, you are not allowing fear to like tell you otherwise, than the truth, and you just, keep building that foundation in a way. Yeah. What do you think, Manuela? How do you feel?
Yeah, I really love the sermon. I love the part where you were talking about instead of being like, oh, I'm not in union yet, but being like I'm getting like I am in union, right? And then like letting go of the beliefs that you're not. So that's what I'm working on, like just being in union with my twin flame. Even though he's not like physically here yet, he will be eventually. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's, that's it, right? Like, no, you are in union, like you were created in union. And so, the challenge is to be with ourselves in those moments of doubt, right? Like to really be like, no, I have it, right? Why do I need to feel loved? What does this part of me needs to feel love, which is why I also mentioned the mirror exercise, right? I'm just gonna bring her whatever she needs. I'm not gonna ignore her that she's having a feeling, right? Like I'm gonna give her everything that she needs. You know, I'm gonna give this part of me the love that they need in this space. And that means that, like, as I'm loving this part of me, I want to tell this part of me, you are not gonna believe a lie. You are not gonna believe in separation. That is not the truth, you know, like, and so it's like, yeah, like you become your, you know, like you empower yourself. And I remember that like a week prior my union, like I said in the sermon, like it really, like Ian and I were literally gonna meet to say goodbye, you know? And he ended up asking me to be the girlfriend. And like that week, I was so like surrendered. I was like, I don't understand, right? Like I'm doing everything. But I was like, it's okay, you know, like I found my purpose here. I found my calling. I love Twin Flames Universe. I love being a coach. This is who I am, and this is what I'm gonna do. And like, of course, because I was watching Twin Flames Ascension School, I knew that this was guaranteed. And so I was like, okay, whatever it takes, he can do whatever he wants. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do, but you know, we're one. And if this is my twin flame, this is happening, period. And I'm just gonna surrender. And so the challenge was to not attach to the outside, but to just go to the inside. And like, you know, like I felt like a nun, you know, like and like really, really just being with God, you know, and that's my life, right? Like I feel like that's the life of being really like actually spiritual, like not to be a nun, of course, because we're creating harmonious union, but like to be with God, you know, not to allow anything to like slip away, you know. Like I remember like when I had a session with Jeff, and you know, I remember Jeff saying like, okay, you know, like I don't remember exactly what he said, but like sometimes you know you cheat in your inner work, but like you know like don't right, like that's not gonna help you. And so yeah, like plus when you are doing your inner work, when you are aligned, you know, like you feel good, you know, you feel loved, and you always know what the next step is. And so yeah, that was my experience, you know, like no matter how challenging it felt, like I was just, God, I choose this, you know, like I want this and I surrender, you know. And so I feel like it was like really, really surrender. And so when I saw Ian, you know, like I was so surrendered because I have done like a week of just pure inner work and watch TFAS, right? And work with my coach. And so I was like, you know, okay, whatever it takes. And so, yeah, like, you know, sometimes I feel like are more challenging, like some period of times are more challenging than others. But like, we always have to be with God, and it's a beautiful journey. I love this journey, you know, like it's really beautiful. Like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so how do you guys feel about like what message would you like to share about like, you know, twin flame union and aligning to your good through, you know, this process of purification and like, you know, claiming your power?
Well, as you just said, I can definitely confirm it felt for me the same. Before coming into union, I already felt in union, probably even like a year before it happened. It's because I really refused to believe in separation. And I really told myself I was even, you know, really doing a lot of the courses from Romance Attraction, where they say like you already live as if your twin flame is there. And so I kept the sacred space on my bed side. And I was like, this is his side and he's going to sleep there. He's already sleeping there. I was imagining always like going to bed in the evening together and waking up together and all of that. And I started to really, you know, shift in my mind that this is already it. And yeah, already living your life as if that is the case, right? Feeling that, attuning to that. And of course, doing the inner work is like what you shared is like having the perfect balance of not bypassing, of course, that yes, separation is what you experience right now. and yet at the same time, this is not real. So refuse to believe in this is real. And I just remember that I was always telling myself, like, hey, I know that it's in my hands, it's in my power when I'm ready for union. Like, it's literally just one choice and you are in union, right? Of course, you have to hear through whatever comes up with that, that it's not in alignment. But I was also like taking my time in a way and telling myself, like, well, no matter when it's going to happen, like it's not happening to me, but it's happening with me. Like I'm creating my reality here, right? I'm claiming him, I want him. But I'm also surrendered, like when and how and even why. It's like, I'm just going to surrender here and live my life and have a happy life right now. I'm going to create everything I desire in my life right now. I'm not going to wait for him. I'm not going to wait for anything. I just choose to have a good time now. And I feel this is when the big shift happened. And I feel this is like for anything you desire to manifest, like also for, you know, him coming here to Germany. It's not only, it's in 2 months and we are physically together. And this is also like, you know, yeah, already feeling like he's already here. I don't see him separate. And that feels really good. So I feel, yeah, I think my biggest maybe advice to all the people is just, yeah, do the inner work, keep doing it, feeling it. And what I do, what I love to do is also, despite of watching TIFAS and LPC, of course, and following the teachings, is like I do a 5-minute guided meditation every evening and just imagine all the things that I desire. And even if it's just 5 minutes, it just brings so much into just feeling into what you desire to have and focus on that. And yeah, align with that, choose to align with that. And everything else is just like, you know, God will bring the upsets. You don't have to control them. You don't have to control your way into them. They will come up like naturally and perfectly. And the way, and before like the next challenge hit you, where the next breakthrough awaits, it's like you are allowed to have fun and enjoy the journey, enjoy the now. And this is where you will get faster and even more joyful to everything you desire.
Yeah, that was really nice. Thank you for sharing that. And another part that really resonated with me during the sermon was when you were talking about like faith, because that was like a big thing for me, like shifting, like kind of like into a new vortex that I'm stepping into, I feel like, is like just having faith, like whatever I'm working through, like whatever challenge I'm working through, like I have faith that I'm going to get through it. Because for a long time, I feel like I was like very pessimistic, like with my thoughts and being like, just being negative. But when I started having faith, like, hey, I'm gonna overcome this thing, this challenge, these thought patterns, like it instantly brings more joy into your life because you're not like so pessimistic about everything. And it really does like strengthen your connection with God. So that's something that I've been experiencing like these past few months, and it's definitely shifted a lot for me. So yeah.
As you were sharing, Carmen, like how you would have this space in your bed, for your twin flame, I was like, me too, like I did that, like every single night. And it just felt natural. Like, I was just like, I'm just gonna do this. Like, and it was, of course, like I feel the twin flame journey is so beautiful because it's the first time you're experiencing something like that. Like nothing like that ever occurred to me in any other relationship, like, but with like in this time, I was just like I can feel, like this connection. And so I just claim my twin flame, and it's really amazing because when I was in that process of like connecting with my twin flame in my heart and like even like talking with him and like feeling the connection, like a lot of things that I experienced back then happened after, when we came into union. And I was like shocked. I was like, this is real, like this is like, this is the thing, like I started to pick up the energy of my twin flame as romantic partner, right? When I was feeling like before physical union. And then when we were together, everything that I picked up, it was him. And I was like, this is incredible, like this is awesome. Like, wow, like I really love this. And so I feel like yeah, like nobody should ever feel that there's a limitation to connect with your twin flame, you know, to be with them. You can do that whenever you want. It's just your upsets and your resistance, you know, that is preventing you from experiencing that love, that it's always there for you, just like God, right? Like it's always there for us, and it's us who, you know, get upset or angry, and we're like, okay, I'm just, you know, not like connect. And so, yeah, like it's safe to do that, you know, like it's safe to connect with your twin flame, to, you know, experience this. Now, I really, really always like highly recommend that, like, I think it's a must, you know, like it's twin flame ascension school, because you cannot only live by, okay, I'm gonna do, okay, yes, of course, the mirror exercise will bring you everything, right? And like the affirmation and like these moments with like picturing and feeling my twin flame, there you then you need something else. You know, you need the teaching, because it's not just about the twin flame, right? Like it's about God. You need to start having a relationship with God. You cannot just be caught up in a cave of, oh, okay, I'm just with my twin flame. You know, like you need to have a life with God. You need to shift. You need to make a change and like really experience what it is to have a relationship with God. And so the Twin Flame Ascension School teaches you that, you know, like as you guys, of course, have experience too, because you know, that's why you're here. And so I feel like that's like really a must. And that's how I started, you know, like right away. I remember when I saw the first classes, the free classes, I was like, wow, like this is, where do I sign? You know, where, like now? And I found a way. I really found a way. I did everything and I found a way and I did it. And then soon after I was life purpose class, and, you know, because I really felt that like something different in Jeff and Shaleia, like, you know, they are gonna guide me home. They are gonna guide me to God. And so it just, no, I don't know what's coming up now. It's like, just feels so good that now we're here, right? Like the Church of Union, like how we've grown and how this has like evolved into, you know, what it is and what we have to really offer to the world. Like that's what this is about, you know. So we cannot be caught up just in the union, because it's about you being, you know, your greatest version of yourself. Like it's about you sharing your gift, you know, and it's all in one. It's literally that you can have it all, like literally, because it's really about being like your divine self, right? Like, and being your divine self means that like you're having a relationship with God, you're honoring your gift, you know, and you're living your life, your purpose, you know, and you are connecting with your twin flame. Like it's doing everything, you know, like you don't leave anything, you know, aside. And so that's really powerful, and that's what I love being here, you know, because it's complete. And I feel like all of us, you know, are like that, because we wouldn't be here otherwise, you know. Like growing up, I was always, you know, I can have it all, like that's it, you know. And I always had everything that I wanted, because that was my thinking. I can have it all. I can have it all. I can have it all. And of course, you know, because I didn't feel that I had it all in certain areas, I ended up attracting, you know, Twin Flames universe, because I was like, something is missing. Like, where is my Prince Charming? Where is my fairy tale? Like, I know I can have it all. Where is that? You know, is it even real? And then I found this, and then I met my twin flame, and I'm like, okay, this is real, you know. And then, you know, that's where everything starts. And so it's so beautiful, you know. It's a beautiful journey, and it's worth the effort, you know, because it is a spiritual journey to let's say get tifas, right? Like I remember Jeff said that in a class, I think, like you go into a spiritual journey before you join tifas, you know, because you're saying that this is really what you want, you know, like this, you want to be with God, you know, and this beautiful fairy tale love that, of course, it's gonna show you and it's gonna mirror, right? Like, and it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard sometimes, you know, but that it doesn't matter, because it's your joy returning to you as you know, heal the heart or all of those things. So I don't know, I feel like I could just speak about this, because it's something that I feel so passionate, like, and so, yeah. What else would you like to share? Maybe, Carmen, you can share with us your experience as you've aligned to your union with Daniel.
Sure. Let me see what's there. Yeah, I feel, having your twin flame in your life just feels very natural. Like I imagined when I started the twin flame journey, like, oh my God, it's so exciting. And it's going to be like super rainbows, butterflies, and also the upsets are going to be super intense, and you're going to be traumatized a lot, and can you even take it? But anyway, you get high a lot. And so this is what I was pursuing in the beginning. And right now I feel after grounding these years, and still, of course, you can always go deeper. I feel like what all people shared that were already in union, and also from Twin Flame Ascension School, they all shared it's just peaceful. You just feel very peaceful, and it feels supernatural being with them. And I feel the same. It's like nothing really exciting. Yeah, of course, you have a lot of fun together and you always go deeper, but your foundation is peace. And this feels really safe. And I feel for me, like the whole journey has been so far on really building that foundation of safety and peace within myself in God, and really making Him my source, and not chasing my twin flame. Because before, you guys probably all know, like I don't know how many false twin flames, but a few. And yeah, letting go of chasing the good on the outside, right? Thinking like just because there is some passion or there's some spark, it's immediately my twin flame is like, nah. It starts within, and it's super grounded, and it's super logical, because we all have our love list, we have our values in life, and sticking to them, and also seeing your own value, that everything that is written on your love list is going to be fulfilled in a man, or in a woman, in your twin flame, was like, wow. But for me, I don't know, I feel I always believed in true love. I always believed that there must be someone. I thought it was ridiculous to not believe that there is not someone for you, because many people told me, like, yeah, you might have a partner that lasts for 20 years, but probably, everyone is going to be divorced at some point. But you have to, when you want to stay a lifetime together, it's like, yeah, you have to make compromises. And I was like, nah, I refuse to do that. I would rather die alone and have a good life, rather than, staying with some person who is I'm just okay with, because, nah, that's not for me. So yeah, not for me, it was a lot like not settling for less, and claiming all my good, claiming myself here, claiming to get to know myself better, and falling in love with myself, falling in love with God. And yeah, letting go of what that means in loving God is like, yeah, Church of Union. I mean, unionism is a religion, and it feels really good to me, but every other religion didn't fully satisfy all these needs and everything I desired. Well, what else can I share? It's just like, yeah, I feel that was big part of the process, and really just focusing on myself. I never had to, and we never have to chase anything and anyone. We never have to control our twin flame, and really trusting in the work that when I heal it within myself, my twin flame is going to reflect that back to me, my true twin flame. And I feel when you are dealing with a false twin flame, for example, and yeah, even with your twin flame, but you experience a lot of, contrast, or they're blocking you, not talking to you, or anything, just like it doesn't mean anything, and it's super, super meaningless whether they already mirror your healing back to you or not. But you just keep on going and keep on trusting the work, that it's going to work for you as well. And yeah, I feel that's been the process, and it was super relieving for me to know that I no longer have to chase my good. I no longer have to convince people that I'm good enough, or that I deserve it, or that I'm a good partner. but realizing and finding that within myself and attracting my good was so relieving, because that has been my whole life, trying to attract men or trying to appear beautiful, appear a certain way, but this is super exhausting. And right now this journey is just about, you enjoying yourself, feeling good every day, feeling better every day, and yeah, enjoy your time with God, growing closer to God. And this is really beautiful, and this is it, nothing exciting, but just super beautiful.
Yeah, I love what you shared. And so I guess I'm kind of in the or I am in the process of manifesting my union, because I've been doing that where like I'm visualizing my twin flame like cuddling next to me and stuff, like for the past few days, for the past few weeks. And I'm like, this is the truth, right? Because like, this, right. So like, yeah, just coming, I feel like I am like coming into my union, like that new vortex of like having my twin flame like in my 3D reality, because he is in my life, right? We have a relationship, but we're just like kind of texting or talking over the phone. We haven't been able to like get to that 3D union part yet. And so that's what I'm moving into, like imagining my twin flame like in my car next to me, or like laying next to me, just like having conversations with So I feel like this is what I'm experiencing right now as well. I feel like I'm getting a lot of signs from God being like, hey, your twin flame's gonna be in your physical reality soon. Because we are like it's like we try to hang out and then it kind of gets really intense, and then like the arguments start and I'm like, oh my God, no, this is too much. Like I can't handle this. So just like yeah, I feel like what's happening is we're uprooting everything that needs to be uprooted so we can step into like a real 3D relationship versus just like over the phone, over text. So that's why the sermon was really helpful, because like what you were saying, Danny, of being like, I am in union now. Like I'm in union now. Like it's already here. He lives 30 minutes away. Like I already have my union. Like he's here, right? So yeah. So that's what I wanted to share.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's true, right? Like, um, you are, period. You know? Awesome. So I feel complete. Do you guys feel complete? Just one more thing that I would like to share to everyone who's watching is that when you are in twin flame union, you feel happy. And it's like, of course, you have upsets and trauma and thing like everybody does. But like there is this grounded sense of being relieved, being happy, and you have the it's true that the fairy tale never ends. You have moments like that. I've been, with my twin flame, it's gonna be 6 years in May, and we never stop having the fairy tale moments. And so it is a dream, heavenly life, even though you have upsets, and that's part of it. So what I want to say to you who's watching is that you are worthy of this. You are deserving of this because you are divine. And do not be shy to take on this, your first step to really, really, really manifest your union, like I've been talking about Twin Flame Ascension School today, so I'm just gonna say get Twin Flame Ascension School and bring it on. Twin Flame Union is for you. And abundance, right? Like life purpose, right? Like will help you also to align with your abundance and all of the dreams that you have. We are meant to experience a life of joy. And so take that like as a truth and, start. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for joining me today. I'll see you in the next time. Bye.